Hello. We are here today for the balance and flow. So this is the class that we have been doing here, or that we did today, I should say. So this is just something that you can follow along with, enjoy. You can use it to practice with bits and pieces, or of course you can just do the whole thing again to practice just a little bit. You don't need any equipment unless you need something for balance. There is a piece where we are actually going to be bending forward down toward the floor. If you don't feel that you're comfortable with that, you can always use the wall or you can use a chair. So if you've got something for balance, chair, back of the couch, anything that's going to give you just a little bit of support so you don't have to be concerned about your balance as you move through that, or a huge range of motion. So we're going to start off just really nice and simple. I'm going to play music in the background, but nothing through the system up here, and it's mainly to keep me quiet. So as we start off, we're just going to relax nice and easy from here. And we're just going to take some gentle breaths. So grounding ourselves with our feet supported underneath us so that we've got a nice steady position from here. Let's bring those hands back up when we're ready. Big inhale up. Feeling the throat and the chest and the belly. Just feeling the body open up. Exhale as we let those hands come back and down. Now again, you're going to work within your own range of motion. Hopefully things will get better as we go along, right? Again, nice big breath reaching up from here. We're going to do 3 of them. Big reach up out of those ribs, grounding and supporting the feet into the floor or the earth. If we're outside, that's even better, right? And again, just let everything soften as we come back down. And let's draw one more breath up. Big, easy breath. And we'll exhale as we relax this down. Wonderful. I'm going to start from here with just a gentle rotation. So we're going to bring the hands around. We're going to come off to the side, and we're just going to come up onto the heel as we come side to side from here. Let those hands just reach around and land wherever they want. They're hitting the body, that's okay, doesn't matter. You can take this as quickly or slowly as you like. Again, we're just kind of shifting side to side with the weight just a little bit. And opening up, relaxing those shoulders. Let's go just a couple more here. And then back into that center from here. We're going to bring the hands back up, and we're going to come just up in front of the forehead from here. You can interlace the fingers if you want, or you can just place one hand on top of the other, or you can just bring the fingertips together. It's whatever you want to do here. We're going to start with just gentle, easy circles. So we're braced through the tummy. Again, lifting up and in, we're grounded into the floor. As you get a little bit more comfortable, you can make those circles a little bit bigger, right? So you can take that back around. We're going to circle all the way back around the head if we can. Kind of into a halo. So if you do a lot of exercises, range of motion, this is just a nice piece for your shoulders. And then we're going to come back into center. We're going to come back from here. And again, we can make those just gentle, easy circles. They can be around in front, right over the head if we can get up that high, or we can, again, increase that range of motion, bring it all the way back around the head. Our goal is just not to hit our head, right? Connect with that breath. Again, gentle, easy motion through here. Just opening things up here. And one more time from here. And relax that down. Let these hands come down. We're going to take those feet just a little bit wider from here. Let those hands come back and down. And from here, we're going to shift. We're going to bring the hands forward and the other one back and through as we come back up, like we're scooping something up and over. Now, if your range of motion isn't quite that big, that's fine. You can come right from here. If it bothers your balance, just continue to look forward and move these within your range of motion. We can make it big and exaggerated. It can be small and steady. And again, if it's difficult for you to be down into a lower position, you can always stand up, right? and through. We're going to do just a couple more. I get a lot of snap, crackle, bop in my upper back through this, which is good because it opens it back up, right? Back to center here. And last one through. Let that come back and we're going to set. Nice and easy, big breath up from here. And let that come back and down. We're going to bring those feet back in, just kind of toe heel as we come from there. Let's start off with just an easy wrist circles. Taking that back and through, reverse that direction from there. And then we're going to do just a gentle rotation through, kind of the wax on, wax off, thinking Karate Kid, right? And we're going to reverse that direction, coming from here. Nice. All right, then our next move, we're just going to either come up onto the heel or we're going to lift the leg up off the floor. I'm actually going to pick my foot up so that you can see what I'm doing with my leg as we come through here. But you can always keep that foot in contact with the floor, or you can, again, hang on to something to balance with. Just try not to have to reach off to the side, but keep it close enough here just to kind of support you so your center of gravity remains up over this leg. So from here, again, we can still go back around with these circles. We're going to take that shin around and circle through like we're stirring something, using the lower leg. And then we're going to roll that ankle around. So we just kind of stop from there, roll the ankle in the same direction we were going. We're going to reverse the direction. Of course, I did the same thing with my hands, of course. Can't move one without the other, right? So circling around first, and then we're again going to kind of go back with the foot. Whatever direction we were going, that's where we're going from there. So if I was going back the other way, I would go back from here. We're going to gently let that come back and down, shifting our way to the other side, and we're going to lift up that other leg, either the heel or the full leg, and we'll stir that around. Nice and easy, opening that up. You're, again, going to feel that hip bone up in that, up in the hip. Let's hold it still from here. Roll that ankle around, and then let's reverse the direction of the stir. And let's reverse the direction of that ankle. Nice. And then we're going to bring that back and down, coming back from here, sitting back into a nice, easy position. We're going to bring the hands onto the hips. And from here, we're just going to start. Let's go with a hip rock first, side to side. I know I didn't do that in class today, but it probably should have, right? Just get a nice steady feel with the feet, making sure that our feet are far enough apart. Now we're going to start to circle that through. And again, as much as we can, moving underneath the body, using those abs to pull ourselves through. Sticking that fanny out a little bit there. Let's reverse the direction, come the other way. Nice, gentle breath through. And we'll bring this back into center from here, letting that side come back and down. So on here, we're going to start off next with just a gentle plie as we come into position from here. So we're going to take those feet a little bit wider from here. We're going to sink this down and up, coming back up from here. Again, just finding that gentle position. So as we come out, we don't want to take it too far out, or else we want to make a little bit wider stance, which we're not necessarily going to need right now. But as we come from there, we want to be able to keep that foot solid on the floor as we push those hips back. Now we're going to take this down one more time. And from here, we're going to begin a rotation. So I'm going to take my front arm and I'm going to bring that around. My back arm is going to come back and pull through. And I'm just going to rotate back around the other direction and I'm going to switch. So our goal here is kind of, we're going to reach long with the body, about a 45 degree as we come out from here without necessarily having to hinge at the hip so much, right? We stay long and tall, at least for this particular piece. And take your time as you shift back and forth into that. Let's go just a couple more from here. And our last piece from here. Exhale as we come into the center from there. And we're going to come back into middle again. Let these hands come back and down. And from here, I'm just going to shift my weight back and I'm going to push and pull. So I'm going to push up here and I'm going to let those hands come back and around. And now I'm going to push down, reach those hands back up. I'm going to come back into that center and I'm going to push down with those hands, coming back into the center from here. Then I'm going to shift my weight the other direction and I'm going to push. I'm going to pull this through one time here. And then I'm going to push and I'm going to pull this through. And as I come back up from here, I'm going to center into that squat and bring those hands back around. Now this time we're just going to do one push. So we'll circle back as we center back, shift that weight back from here. We're going to bring that down, come all the way back up into the middle, pressing out to the sides. And we'll do the same thing from here. We shift our weight back here. We're going to push that down, bringing that back up to the top and back down. We're going to do one more time. I know I said one more, but I lied. Coming back, shifting from here, push down, circle back to center. Hands are nice and wide as we come down into that gentle plie squat. I'll pull the hands back and through, and we will push down from here, coming back up into the middle, pressing down. Good. Now, let's just come back into our hug the tree, right? So we're going to bring the hands back up from here, bring these back into the center. And again, we're just going to sink down just a little bit here. Now, as we come from here, we're going to draw the bow. So we're going to bring one hand off to the side. As we come out from here, we're going to take the other hand up in front of us and we're going to pull that arm back as far as we can. We're going to take the arm that is extended, bring that out and across. And as we do, we're just going to shift hands and we're going to take the other hand out as we draw back from here. Coming back into the middle, draw that through. Press that arm out and pull the bow back into center from here. And again, we circle that back out, press that through. And you don't have to necessarily shift the weight side to side. You can just stay right in the center, right? Press that from there. So if that seems to be a little bit problematic for you, pull long, come back into center and stay right into that horse stance. Bring that back and through and pull. We're going to do just one more time each side. Now, as we come back there, we're really trying to open up that chest. As we draw that back, pull from here. Bringing this arm back and across. Again, we're nice and steady and stable through the feet, right? Pull here. And then we're going to bring that back into center. We're going to rise back up. Let the hands just settle down from here. Easy. Come down. Coming back and up from here, we're going to go ahead, circle back in and hug that tree. And let's sink the chi. So now we can toe heel in just a little bit. We're going to reach those hands back out from here and we're going to come into just embracing the moon. So we're going to take one hand on top, gently sink down into that as we come back. One hand is in the palm is up holding the moon. The other top is just kind of holding down. So about waist and chest height. We'll open that back out into the center from here. Nice breath in. Exhaling again as we settle the other direction. And we're just exchanging our hands. Good. Draw that breath in and open up. Exhale and letting this come back again. Sinking into that just a little. Now we're going to separate the heaven and the earth. So we're going to take the hands and we're just going to flip them. So the bottom hand is going to go down. The top hand is going to go up. We're going to stretch and extend as far as we can, reaching those hands as far apart as we can. Stand tall, looking towards the hand if you wish. If it bothers you to look up, obviously keep your eyes nice and steady. There's nothing wrong with that. And then we're going to take that front hand onto the front, kind of like we're shading our eyes from the sun. That back hand is going to go onto the low back. We're again going to rotate side to side from here, as far around as you can look. You can look back behind you. We're going to do 3 of these. And then we're going to come back into center from here. Let those hands back out. And we're going to come back into sinking the chi. Let's go ahead and bring this down. Nice and easy. And then we'll come back to the center again. So this time we're bringing the hands out and we're going to go ahead and embrace that moon. So we'll bring these back, one hand on top, the hand underneath, and we're going to open. Let's exhale again as we come back and down. Gently reach here, sinking through those legs just a little bit, softening, right? Nice draw as we come in from here. We're going to exhale and bring that back into the middle, right here. Then we're going to separate heaven and the earth. So we're going to reach out tall as we bring that hand down. Nice strong position from here, and just a couple of big breaths in and out. I'm going to take that top hand and bring it again, just like we're shading the eyes. The other hand is going to come underneath, and we're going to rotate around in the other direction. So the hands stay right where they're at. We're changing the position of the body. And again, you do that at your pace. And then I'm going to come back into center from here, bring those hands back out, come back into the middle from here, and let's just sink down. We're going to begin again. Nice inhale up. We're going to do one more time on each side, and we're going to embrace the moon. So bringing the hand underneath. It does not matter which side because we're going to do them both, right? Inhale back up. Reaching out. We exhale as we come back underneath. Just again, sinking down nice and easy from here. Draw that breath in. Breath as we open out. Exhaling again as we come back into position from here. And then we're going to separate the heaven and the earth. Take a nice big breath in. I'm going to hold this position for a couple of breaths. Nice big inhale and exhale. And then again, we're going to shade the eyes, bring the hand to the back, and we're going to rotate to the opposite shoulder. And again, we can always look back behind. Trying to make that movement just a little bit bigger and stronger each time. And back into the middle from here. Let that come back out. Coming back into center from here. And let's exhale this down and just sink the chi. Again, nice breath out. Now a gentle inhale as we come back on. And let's come back to embracing the moon. The other side. Hand will be up this time. Big inhale as we come back out. And exhale as we bring this in. Just focusing on the here and now, right? Relax. Enjoy the movement. Feel the breath. And into center from here. Letting this come back. Then we're going to extend apart. So we're going to separate the heaven and the earth. Big reach. A couple of nice, easy breaths. And then again, we're going to shade the eyes with one hand. The other one comes to the low back, and let's rotate back. And through. And then we're going to bring that out again to the side. Let these hands come back into the center here. Hug that tree. Sink this back down nice and easy. Now we're going to shift our weight onto this leg. As we come back from here, we're going to take the hands down. We're going to wash the body. So we're going to scoop down, gather up some water. Nice big inhale as we bring this up and just let it splash down. Wash us clean. And let's continue on. We're going to do 4 of these. Easy breath. So not quite as big with the arms as we did last week. We're just letting them come down, scoop through, and still just coming straight up in line with the chest. Reaching down from here. I shouldn't say in line with the chest, the shoulders, right? Back from here. Nice breath up. And then we're going to relax into center from here. Breath up here. Gentle in the middle. Coming back into the center. Relax this down. I'm going to shift the weight onto this leg as we come back. We're going to bring that down. We're going to scoop it up on this side. Again, just nice, easy water. Coming up and just flowing down across the body. Could pretend we're grabbing a bucket too, right? Come up from here. Nice, refreshing, beautiful position here. And just one more time. And then again, we're going to come back into the middle here. Bring those hands back in. Coming back and around. And gently, let's sink the chi. Beautiful. All right, so our next move here, again, is going to be within your range of motion. We're going to circle the torso around basically as we come into this. The position that we're doing is basically called bear circles around. So the thing that we're going to start off with here, again, is if we can sink down into the legs, that's great, but I want you to have a nice steady position as you come through here. If you don't feel quite comfortable with that, just keep the knees soft as we look into this position. We're going to look back over the shoulder, and then we're going to come back in a big circle as big as you're comfortable with. Bring that back. We're going to look over the other shoulder, and then we're going to circle back and through, coming back to the other side. Now, if we can, we're going to sink down into these legs, and we're going to come back and we're going to look over that shoulder. Let's go ahead and take this down around to the front, circle back great big here. We're going to come back the other way, and we're going to look back over that other shoulder. And the hands from here are just hanging out. We don't have like a big bunch of weight on them. Coming through here. Again, same thing, circling back. Coming back and through. Let's circle through here. And let's just bring this one to the middle. We're going to bring that back up. Hands come into the center from here. And let's gently relax that down. Okay, so the next piece is the part that I was talking about where we're going to come to the floor. So I'm going to show you on the floor, but you can always use the wall, and I will show that as well. Actually, I'll show that one first. So I'll show on the wall, and then I'll show you on the floor. So it just, a lot of this is flexibility, range of motion, and whether or not you're comfortable going up and down with that. You can use the back of a couch, you can use a chair, you can use anything that you want to with this. I'm going to use the wall just because I have it available. I'm going to bring the hands out from here, and I'm going to step back a little bit. As I come back into this position, I'm going to push my hips back. I'm going to look down in between my feet as I press my chest down towards the floor. And as I come back up through here, I'm just going to lift that head back up, and I'm going to come forward a little bit as I come up. I'm going to sink that back and down, and I'm going to look down between those feet. And I'm going to scoop up, leading with the chest, coming back and looking up. Now, if I'm on the floor, I'm doing the same basic movement from here. I just have my hands walked out to the front a bit. So I'm going to shift back, and I'm going to look between those feet. As I come back up, I'm shifting my weight forward as I look up. Coming back and forth from here. Pressing that chest down towards the floor as I look forward. Coming back up, I'm going to do that one more time. And then we're going to bring that back to neutral and gently bringing yourself back in. Now from here, again, if you wish, you can always place the hands onto the tops of the legs and gently roll yourself back up. Just stacking that spine. Roll those shoulder blades back and coming back to the middle. So our last piece is, again, I shouldn't say our last piece, but part of our last actual movement position from here is going to be into, again, our horse stance. So we're nice and strong and solid in position. Our knees are soft here, but we don't have to dive way down unless you want to sit down. We're going to bring the hands back, and we're going to make just little fists from here. They don't need to be like super tight clenched fists, but we do want to make a nice solid fist. We're going to draw this back into our waist, drop those shoulders back down, and what we're going to do is we're going to snap a punch out to the front. We're going to release that, circle the hand back and through, and across the body from here, and we pull that back into the side. We're going to punch back to the other side. Again, rotating that back and out, coming back and out, circle through from here, making that fist as we draw that back into our side. Punching out, release, roll that wrist as we come out and through. And then again, we make that fist back into the center here. So again, let this feel something natural here, flowing back and through as we come back into the position. We're going to do 2 more on each side. So we punch, clear out, let this back in and circle back through, and coming forward and back from position here, and pulling back up through. 1 more time each side, press forward, let that come back out. Now again, that can be a strong punch if you want it to be, or you can just make it solid, straight to the front, to the point, right? And bring that back and through. So whatever you're feeling like today, that'll change different strokes on different days, right? Back from center here. Let's go ahead and press that back and down. Let those hands come back out to the front, back into center from here. And say, ah. All right, so we're going to move on to something just a little bit more simple as we come from here. We're going to start off with the hands onto the low back from here, onto the hips. We're going to come onto the toes from here. So we're going to come up, we're going to drop down. We're just going to lift up, sinking down. So as we do that, we sink fairly quick, and the knees are going to be soft, right? So as we come down, I started off here just to get a feel for it, but this is an exaggeration. It doesn't need to be that hard, right? But the knees are soft as we sink down from here. You can, if you wish, take the hands up, then up, and sink it down a little bit more forcefully, just let everything come down, or again, just with the wrist, right? So it's just kind of what you're feeling for the moment. Bring this back from here. We're going to bring this back into the circle around to the center and exhale down. And then from here, we're just going to bring the hands around it. We're going to give a nice big massage to the belly. So from here, again, shoulders can be involved with that as well, or you can just keep it a nice tight circle onto the center from here. Think of like if you just had a big meal here, or you're wanting a big meal, bringing that back into the center, rolling around that belly. I'm hungry, right? And then we're going to come back into the middle from there. So we're going to bring these hands again around in just nice, easy circles from here to the wrists and back from here. Then we're going to start off with the hands. We're just going to rub those hands together, bringing some heat into those hands. We can rub the tops and the top of the other hands. And then we can actually just take this out into the full arm, right? Rolling up and through that shoulder onto the inside as well. Now, if you don't like rubbing, as we mentioned before, you can do tapping. And that can be just like finger taps, right? So it can be really easy finger taps depending on how sensitive you are. But if you can tolerate it and it feels good to you, you can also just do regular taps. Just kind of waking up the skin, waking up the muscles here, saying hello, adding some heat, just some gentle movement into there. Okay, same thing on the other side, right? Or you can, again, rubbing all the way up the outside, onto the inside here, inside of the arm as well, your wrist, your hands, your palms, or again, we can just tap, or you can do both, like we're doing right here, right? So we did a little bit of both, just perfectly fine. onto the inside and into the wrist and the palm of the hand as well. Bring those back. Let's just rub them again. Nice and easy from here. So let's start next, and we're going to move up into the shoulder here and into the neck a bit. So we're going to bring the hand, let's do the same side. So we can relax the other hand down, and from here, just kind of using your fingertips and your palm, and you're going to give yourself just a gentle massage here. You can take those fingers, make little nice easy circles if you like, all the way up and down that spine and through your neck, right? Into the shoulder, and you can actually give just a nice kind of squeeze into the shoulder as you come into that position from there. You can also cross the other hand over and reach into that shoulder, kind of dig with the fingers a little bit. Again, it doesn't need to be painful, but something just to kind of loosen things up and working that way up into the neck as you come through there. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. So let's start with the same hand. And again, just easy circles kind of at the base of the neck, base of the skull, I should say, working down into the base of the neck and into the shoulder as well. And also coming out along the sides, just an easy rub too, maybe all that you need, something to feel, just release the tension there. So you're going to feel as you move through there, you're going to feel some spots that might be a little bit tight, at least most of us will. And that's what we're trying to hit. We're, again, not trying to create more pain, but we are trying to loosen that up just a little bit. And that can be, again, just a gentle hug across there, a little bit of a, we used to call it almost a horse bite, you know, when I was young, where you're just kind of squeezing in as you massage through there, or the circles, or again, just light tapping, right? Something just to say hello, wake that up, loosen it up a little, and make it feel a little bit better as we come through it. Then we're going to bring the hands back into center from here, and we're just going to do gentle circles on the face. So just like you're washing your face, again, so upward circles as we come through here, round onto the sinuses as well, even across the eyes as you move in through there. Circling through the cheeks, going down to the jawbone, and then just gently starting back up through the top again. So give your face a nice easy wash a couple of times, right? And then we're going to come back into the middle from here. We're just going to come up over the top. Just an easy, just kind of a, almost like you're scratching your head here. So we're going to come back through. Of course, my hair's in the way right at the moment, but just either tapping lightly across the head. Sometimes that feels kind of weird. Or again, you can give yourself just a gentle scalp massage, just rolling kind of through the hair, almost like you're, again, circles, you know, tiny little circles in through and around the skull. And then we're just going to do the finger comb, right? So we're combing our hair back and combing our hair back. Very nice and gentle through there. Let's get it up out of our eyes. Start from the top, pulling back, and all the way back again. Let those hands just come back and down from here. We're going to go ahead and start down through the hips. So we're going to start on the low back. And again, we can just use those hands and rub and massage as we're into this position from here, or you can do light, easy taps, or you can do a combination, right? So from here, we're going to take this all the way down with the tapping. So we're going to start again, mid and the low back as we come through. We're going to tap that down all the way around the legs. So we're going to stay on the back side of the legs as we come down. So hitting into the hamstrings, pushing those hips back out of our way, coming all the way down onto the backs of the knees and the calves, into the ankles a little bit as well. And then we're going to rotate around onto the inside. So we're going to take the front and the inside of the leg. We're trying to make sure that we kind of hit each area. And again, these are not hard taps, right? I'm not beating the crap out of myself, but I am getting enough that I can feel it. And then as I come back up onto the front of the hips, onto the outside of the hips, and then we're going to move up from here. So we're going to take the opposite hand, think Tarzan as we come from here, right? We're going to pound on the chest a little bit. So again, this is not something that's going to be horribly painful or anything, but I do want to feel this. Kind of thinking like if you've ever had a bad cold and you're really just kind of trying to get that out, or if you've got food kind of stuck sometime here and you're trying to get that up out of your system there, that's what we're looking at here. Or if you just want to make funny noises with your voice, you can do that as well, right? And then we're going to take the other arm and do the same thing. Kind of a gentle reach through as we come through here. And back again, or we can do both of them at the same time. Go, oh, and relax. There's always one in every crowd, right? So now as we come through there, we're just going to do an easy stretch to kind of finish things up here. So we're going to start off. Let's just do a toe touch. We're going to simply come forward from here, reaching down towards the toes. Now, if, again, you're not quite that flexible, just go ahead and keep the hands onto the thighs. That's all right, but relax your neck and shoulders. And then we're gently going to come back up, using the back of the legs to pull ourselves back up as we come back through here and roll those shoulders back. Gentle, easy reach through there. And then let's bring the shoulders forward. And then one forward and one back. And let's go the other way. And then both shoulders back from there. Let's go ahead and just reach down through the neck. So we'll bring those hands back behind us and just tuck the chin to the chest. Let's lift that chin to the ceiling. Drop that chin down. And back to the ceiling. Coming back to the middle from here, we're again going to rotate, leading with that chin, looking over the shoulder like we're checking our rearview mirror. We'll come back to the other side. Same thing. Let's do that one more time each way. So take your time with that. A nice exhale as we come back and around. Inhale as we come to center. Let's draw that the other way. Then as we come back to the middle from here, we're going to tilt the head to the side. So again, thinking of bringing the chin to one side as we reach up through the top of the head out the other direction versus trying to pull the ear to the ground. But we do want to feel that length from the shoulder all the way through that neck. Let's come in, let's just tilt the other direction. And again, long extension. This is something I don't realize is so tight until I actually try and do an exercise like this. And we're going to go one more time each direction. Nice long stretch through that neck. Coming back from here. And again, big long reach. And then back to middle. Now we're going to tilt that chin down and we're just going to roll shoulder to shoulder. So as long as you're comfortable with that, you may hear a little bit of snapping and crackling and popping. That's okay, as long as it doesn't hurt. We're going to go ahead and come back around or make you dizzy, right? Reach. Exhale as we come back down again. I'm going to go one more time here. Big reach up with the chin. And then let's reverse the direction. Let's go the other way. Nice, easy breath up here. And back to the center. Coming from here, we're going to take the hands all the way back up if we can. We're going to take it as high as we can, or we'll lift the shoulder, right? We're going to lift, we're going to bring that off to the side, really opening up and stretch towards that top corner. Coming back to the other side, same thing, just stretching and reaching. Let's let this come back and down. Gentle, easy breath. And we're just going to take one more time. So let's go ahead and bring that back out to the side. Let's come back to center again, gently hugging that tree. Sinking back and down, we're going to do one more time just like that. Nice inhale draws this up. And back into the middle from here. Let's exhale and just let that go. Beautiful. All right, so we're done. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of something to work on here this week, and I hope to see you soon again. You can also, again, like I said, just kind of continue and use this for practice, and enjoy.